and the shutters had not opened, I stepped down with my little case, like a secret no one noticed. The windows wore the morning cold, the rails were faint with silver, and every street I thought I'd left was standing there delivered. When the town was still blue, it remembered me before I did. Every stone and every doorway knew what I thought I had buried. I came back like a quiet lie, with my heart packed out of sight. But the town was still blue, and it saw me in that light. A cup was cooling on a table, no voice had touched the square. The baker's glass held flowers in the sky, like somebody's patient prayer. I told myself I'd only stay until the feeling loosened, but the streets were tender with my name before the day had fully risen. Nothing ran to greet me, nothing begged me stay. That was how the place could wound me. It was beautiful either way. When the town was still blue, it remembered me before I did. Every stone and every doorway knew what I thought I had buried. I came back like a quiet lie, with my heart packed out of sight. But the town was still blue, and it saw me in that light. Cups before noon, white as a promise no one keeps, set in a row beneath the awning, while the square's still half asleep. Spoons and saucers, folded papers, steam against the pane. The kind of day that looks so gentle, you could hide inside the same. Cups before noon, tell me how a heart can stay so still, how the hands keep serving sugar when the room remembers what they will. All that quiet, all that order, every chair in its place too soon. Love can break and still look lovely in the cups before noon. Men read headlines they don't feel, women smooth their gloves once more. Someone laughs down at the corner, then the sound slips through the door. I hold mine with both hands, like the heat can make me brave. But the little things are always hardest when you have learned how to behave. Nothing spills, nothing shatters. That is not how sorrow moves. It dresses well, it pays for coffee, and it leaves before the room in its place too soon. Love can break and still look lovely in the cups before noon. The conductor keeps his eyes on the eye, on the weather, on the woman by the window, holding both hands too tight together, on the man who folds his paper, though he hasn't read a line, on the girl who hides a letter in the pocket of her mind. The conductor keeps his eyes and he keeps his mouth shut too. He has watched enough hearts travel to know what silence has to do. He will clip your little ticket. He will never ask you why. The conductor keeps his eyes and lets you keep your pride. He has seen the almost wave, the almost word, the almost warning, seen the shoulders change by inches at the stations of the morning, seen old promises right standing, seen new grief sit down, seen a face turn to the glass when another one came into town. There are men who make a story of every pain they find. He is not that kind. He is not that kind. The conductor keeps his eyes and he keeps his mouth shut too. He has watched enough hearts travel to know what silence has to do. He will clip your little ticket. He will never ask you why. The conductor
I'm so glad we
keeps
found
his
this street.
eyes.
Me too. Feels like we're the only ones here.
Keep your pride. In the library of small goodbyes, every shelf knew where we ended. Dust and paper, lamp and shadow, everything looked well intended. You would turn a page too slowly. I would stare above your head, like the words we could not manage had gone reading us instead. This is the library of small goodbyes, nothing loud enough to shatter, only chairs and borrowed evenings, and the things we left that matter. You can can't lose a life by inches. You can part without a scene. In the library of small goodbyes, where we
Church bell hour
almost stayed
settling
the
over the
same.
lane, proving how often the light bends around something no larger
There was
than a flower.
warmth in all the brass lamps, and winter at the window glass. You said nothing worth remembering, which is why it seems to last. I still know the table number, still recall the narrow aisle, how I learned a room can hold you longer than a pair of arms. No one heard a door close, no one saw the room divide, but I left with all the silence you were too careful to deny. This is the library of small goodbyes. Nothing loud enough to shatter, only chairs and borrowed evenings, and the things we left that mattered. You can lose a life by inches. You can part without a scene. In the library of small goodbyes, where we almost stayed the same. There was magnolia on your sleeve, and sunlight on your collar. One pale petal, nothing more, but my poor heart grew smaller. You brushed it off without looking, like the world was yours to mend. And I stood there like a fool, watching spring touch your hand. Magnolia on your sleeve, that is all it took to break me. One white piece of afternoon, falling where your heart should take me. I have lived through louder weather, I have kept worse grief than this, but I still remember everything about that little blossom. We were speaking of the weather, or some harmless thing like trains, while the side street held its breath and the church bell named the hour. You were close enough for kindness, far enough for common sense, and that petal made a kingdom out of one impossible inch. People think it must be thunder that decides a life like this. No, it is something small and tender that you cannot justify. Magnolia on your sleeve, that is all it took to break me. One white piece of afternoon, falling where your but I still remember everything about that little blossom. River Street after rain, look cleaner than my conscience. All the lamps in broken water, all the windows growing honest. I walk slow along the railing, like the evening might explain why the loveliest of cities can be cruel without a stain. River Street after rain, how you soften every sorrow, turn the ache into reflection, make it gleam enough to borrow. I have carried harder losses, I have learned to wear them plain, but I am weakest where you're shining on River Street after rain. Somebody crossed the bridge behind me, somebody laughed beyond the square, and all the ordinary living made the air more hard to bear. You were nowhere I could point to, you were everywhere at once. In the stone, the lamps, the water, in the distance I walked from. Rain does not forgive, it only makes a bruise look bright. River Street after rain, how you soften every sorrow, turn the ache into reflection, make it gleam enough to borrow. I have carried harder losses, I have learned to wear them plain, but I am weakest where you're shining on River Street after rain. After rain. We only met in windows, you on one side, I on another. Glass and rain and passing lights, doing what we could not manage. Your face inside a bakery, mine inside the tram. For 1 second, all the town laid us over one another. We only met in windows, that was how the city led us. Never in the open square, never with a hand to settle. Just your eyes inside the weather, just my breath against the pane. We only met in windows, and I still came back again. There are loves that ask for bedrooms, there are loves that ask for vows. Ours asked only for reflections, and the courage neither found. Still I think of all those moments, half in bloom and half in rain, when the glass was kind enough to make us almost true. If I had touched the door, would you have done the same? Or was the window all we had? Because it could not blame us. We only met in windows. That was how the city led us. Never in the open square, never with a hand to settle. Just your eyes inside the weather, just my breath against the pane. We only met in windows, and I still came back again. Market bells at 4, and the square was full of peaches. Women folding paper parcels, men with flowers out of season. All that color, all that movement, all that life without relief. I have never felt so lonely as in the middle of the lovely. Market bells at 4 ring through every false composure. Make the apples shine like promises. Make the air feel too familiar. I can stand a room gone empty. I can bear a midnight floor, but not your accents made so public by the market bells at 4. Someone called across the square. Someone spilled a laugh like summer. Someone brushed against my sleeve and did not know they had touched thunder. You were nowhere I could prove, yet everywhere the hour could bend. In the flower stalls, in the awnings, in the fact I looked again. Beauty is not mercy, sometimes it sharpens what remains. Market bells at 4 ring through every false composure. Make the apples shine like promises. Make the air feel too familiar. I can stand a room gone empty. I can bear a midnight floor, but not your absence made so public by the market bells at 4. At the last table by the glass, we sat like people after weather. Not saved, not ruined, not forgiven, only tired enough for truth. The waiter left the cups between us, like he understood the room, and the whole street turned to amber just to watch what we would do. Last table by the glass, where the day and night were meeting, where your hand came near to mine, and the silence did the speaking. Sound much louder when You removed your hat so slowly. I looked down to save us both. There are mercies in not rushing what is already hard to hold. Outside the blossoms kept their places, inside the lamp made gold of steel. And all at once the simple room was too gentle for my grief. Some things are not mended, they are only seen at last. Last table by the glass, where the day and night were meeting, where your hand came near to mine, and the silence did the speaking. I thought love would sound much louder when it finally found the door. But at the last table by the glass, it barely moved at all. Lamps along the platform, lit one by one like warnings. The evening train of courage never keeps the proper hour. You stood near the wooden bench, I stood where the petals gathered, and all the rails between us looked thinner than they were. Lamps along the platform tell me not to turn away. If a heart arrives this slowly, must it always miss the day? There is no crowd to hide us now, no rain to make a screen, only lamps along the platform, and all that might have been. The conductor touched his cap, then chose not to come nearer. Some men offer help too soon, some men know when not to enter. The carriage breathed against the curb, the clock refused to care, and the whole town waited quiet to see if we would dare. No one called it love, but everyone with eyes would know. Lamps along the platform tell me not to turn away. If a heart arrives this slowly, must it always miss the day? There is no crowd to hide us now, no rain to make us scream, only lamps along the platform, and all that might have been. Hey! After the flowers fell, the street looked more like truth. Still beautiful, still tender, but no longer asking proof. Petals in the rail grooves, petals on the chair, all the things we almost ruined, settling into air. After the flowers fell, I love the town because it healed me, only because it did not lie to me. Beauty has a second face when the bright beginning ends. After the flowers fell, I could let the evening in. Your silence was not cruelty, mine was not a game. We were only late with courage and too careful with a flame. Now the branches hold less color. Now the square feels wide enough for memory to stop pretending it is the same thing as enough. What remains is not the worst. It is simply what remains after the flowers fell. I love the town more kindly, not because it healed me, only because it did not lie to me. Beauty has a second face when the bright beginning ends. After the flowers fell, I could let the evening home through the quiet lights. That was all the night required. Not a vow, not a rescue, only somewhere warm to ride toward. Windows glowed above the boulevard. The river held the lamps, and the town that hurt me most was the one that knew me best. Home through the quiet lights, with the whole day folded softly in the pocket of my coat, where it could not rule or leave me. I did not get the ending that the younger heart would write, but I went home with something gentler, home through the quiet lights. You were somewhere in that town, under one of those old windows. Not mine, not gone, not certain, just alive beneath the same glow. And for once that was enough, that we had both remained two small
so glad
truths
we found this
inside a
tree.
place
Me too.
too beautiful
Feels like we're the only ones
to
here.
blame. Peace is not the end of longing, it is longing